For a number of years, the center has been looking at three big areas: globalization, innovation, and careers and diversity. And next year in the practice, we're going to continue to explore these big themes in light of some new research that the Center on the Legal Profession and others that we've encountered have been doing. On the globalization front, the most important thing we're going to do is to take our project on globalization lawyers and emerging economies to Africa and to ASEAN. In fact, we just came back from Kenya, where we had a terrific conference on how globalization is reshaping the market for legal services in East Africa. And one of the most important things to come out of that project has been the incredible amount of innovation that's happening on the African continent. We were lucky enough to have the General Counsel of Safaricom, which is the company that runs M-Pesa, which is the largest mobile banking network in the world. And that just is one of many innovations on the African continent that we're finding, which leads to our second big theme, which is innovation. We're just wrapping up a big survey project of chief innovation officers and legal operations specialists in both law firms and companies. We have over 250 responses, and we're looking at a whole range of issues around these evolving new roles, particularly two that we're going to focus on in the practice. One is around how to think about quality and quality metrics and what that means in the context of law. And the second is careers in innovation. We have all these new, quote, innovation professionals, but what is the career path for innovation in a legal organization? The third area is careers in diversity. And for a number of years, we've been running career studies of various kinds. We've got two important new projects that are going to come to culmination in this next year and be reported on in the practice. One is a major survey of chief diversity officers, not just in legal organizations, although we're looking at law firms, but also in companies in general, in other kinds of professional service firms, and in universities and other nonprofits. The second is a project that I've personally been working on for many years called the After the JD project, which is a 10-year longitudinal study of lawyer career paths. We're in the process of pulling now 12 years worth of data together and writing a major book on the subject, which we'll be reporting on in the practice. In addition to these core areas, you can expect a number of other exciting issues in the practice covering a very broad range of topics, including a major new project that's actually a spin-off of our globalization project on pro bono, global pro bono. We're going to be revisiting legal education, this time looking at clinics and some of the real innovations that are happening in law clinics in the US and around the world. We're going to be looking specifically at cause lawyering, particularly in an important new area around disabilities, looking at the 25th anniversary of the Americans with Disability Act and some of the pioneering work done by my colleague here, Michael Stein, in this area. And finally, Richard Susskind, who we were honored to have in the very first issue of the practice, has a major new book out on online courts and a huge project that he's been doing in the UK. And we're going to be reporting on that book and the very important area around online courts and the use of technology in dispute resolution.